All right, today we are opening up something really special. It's not just an ancient text. Think of it more like a map, a surprisingly practical, detailed guide for navigating the most complicated territory any of us will ever explore, our own minds. So let's just dive right in.
You know that feeling, right? Where you're looking at a situation and your perception of it just feels a little bit off. Kind of like you're looking through one of those funhouse mirrors and everything's twisted and bent out of shape. It's such a common experience, that feeling of mental fog.
Well, it turns out there's an ancient manual for cleaning that lens. It's called the Paṭisambhidāmagga, a text from the Pali Canon, and it is for all intents and purposes a map for untangling our messy perceptions so we can finally achieve some real clarity. So, first things first, let's start our journey by getting a handle on what this map is all about. The name itself really tells you everything you need to know. Paṭisambhidāmagga literally means the path of analysis. So right away, you know this isn't about blind faith. It's a step-by-step approach for developing something the text calls pañña, which is this deep, penetrating wisdom that lets you see things exactly as they are.
Now, before we can find our way, the map has to show us where we're starting from. And for most of us, that starting point is what we can call the world of mental distortion.
The Pali term for this is vipallasa, and you can honestly just think of it as a fundamental glitch in our mental operating system. It's an inversion of perception, where our mind literally takes reality and flips it on its head.
And this is what I find so fascinating, how specific the text gets. It pinpoints 4 main ways our minds get it wrong. First, we look at things that are constantly changing, things that are impermanent, and we trick ourselves into seeing them as solid and permanent. Second, we chase after experiences that are, at their core, unsatisfying, thinking that they're going to bring us lasting happiness. Third, we build this whole solid idea of a self, an I, out of a bunch of processes that are selfless and always in flux. And finally, we project all this beauty and attractiveness onto things that, if we looked a little closer, maybe aren't so attractive after all.
Okay, so if our minds are just naturally wired to make these mistakes, what in the world do we do about it? Well, that's where the text lays out a very clear, very structured path of practice. The antidote is called the Magga, and that word simply means the path. It's basically a training program, a set of exercises designed to methodically undo these distortions and, bit by bit, bring our perception back in line with reality.
And here it is, the heart of the entire practice, the Noble Eightfold Path. This isn't just a list, it's a complete system for rewiring our minds. It covers everything from the way we see the world, that's right view, all the way to how we train our attention with things like right mindfulness and right concentration.
And here's a brilliant example of how it works on the ground. The text shows how every mental hindrance, every nivarana, has a direct antidote you can apply from the path. So for the poison of vyapada, which is ill will or anger, you actively cultivate its direct opposite, avyapada, or goodwill. It's a very active, very targeted process.
So let's talk about the power of practice, because this isn't just about theory. The path is full of specific techniques that are meant to produce very real, very tangible results.
So you see this number on the screen, 11? What could that possibly be? Well, the text zooms in on one practice in particular that it says comes with a very specific list of rewards. And there it is. The text says that by cultivating metta, or loving kindness, you get these 11 benefits. And just look at how practical they are. You sleep well, you wake up feeling good, you don't have bad dreams, people and even animals enjoy being around you, and your mind gets sharp and concentrates easily. It's a direct connection between a mental exercise and your actual quality of life.
Now, a major tool for sharpening the mind on this path is developing what's called jhana. This refers to these incredible states of meditative absorption. It's a level of concentration so powerful and so unshakable that all the normal mental chatter just stops.
Think of it like this. Moving through the jhanas is like a deep cleaning for your mind. Imagine your mind is a glass of muddy water. Each stage of jhana is like letting another layer of that mud, like desire, aversion, restlessness, settle to the bottom, until all you're left with is crystal clear water, a state of pure, balanced stillness.
But all this mental cleaning and stabilization, well, that's not actually the final goal. It's the prep work. It's what gets us ready for the final destination on our map, real wisdom and genuine freedom.
And this brings us to one of the most profound and, frankly, one of the most misunderstood insights on the entire path. The text asks this question directly. What does it mean when we say the world is empty?
The text is incredibly precise here. Sunyata, or emptiness, does not mean nothingness. It's not saying nothing exists. It means something very specific, that the world, and our experience of it, is empty of a solid, separate, unchanging self, and empty of anything that could truly belong to that kind of self.
And this is absolutely the key takeaway. Realizing this emptiness isn't depressing. It's the opposite. It's total liberation. It's like you've been carrying this incredibly heavy backpack your whole life, labeled me and mine, and you finally get to just set it down. It's freedom from the exhausting burden of having to protect and define an I that was never really solid in the first place.
And that freedom has a name too. It's called vimutti, which means liberation or release. The text says this is the fruit of walking the path, the natural result of cultivating viraga, which is this gentle fading away of clinging and grasping. It's the ultimate release. So I want to end with this really powerful idea, taken straight from the text. It completely reframes the entire journey for us. It says, Buddha isn't just a name a mother gives her child, it is a designation for liberation. It's not just one person, it's the potential for wisdom and freedom that exists in any mind that's willing to walk this path of analysis, a potential this ancient map can help every single one of us unlock.